Before we begin, do not forget to subscribe and like the video. Your support helps us bring more chilling tales to life. Welcome to the Pact of Saint Verlaine, a horror novella in 5 chapters. Chapter 1. The Forgotten Chapel. Curiosity is the first invitation. Luc Moreau was not a man of faith, but of obsession. Raised in a secular household in Bordeaux, he had always been drawn to the edges of belief, the places where theology blurred into folklore, and where scripture gave way to silence. His thesis, The Anatomy of Heresy, Faith, Fear, and Folklore in Rural France, was meant to be his masterpiece. But he needed something more than dusty texts and second-hand accounts. He needed a story no one had told. He found it in the university's restricted archives, a manuscript misfiled under agricultural records. It was handwritten, dated 1767, unsigned. The parchment was brittle, the ink faded, but the words were clear. A monk named Father Adrian had made a pact with the devil to save his village from plague. The villagers, terrified of what he had summoned, burned the chapel and buried the crypt beneath it. The manuscript mentioned a place called Saint Verlaine, a chapel deep in the forests of Nouvelle-Aquitaine. Luc searched maps, historical registries, even church records. Nothing. It was as if the chapel had been erased. He drove out on a gray October morning, the sky low and heavy. The forest roads narrowed until his GPS failed. He passed no signs, no houses, only trees that seemed to lean inward, whispering secrets. Eventually, he found a clearing overgrown, silent, and suffocating. The ruins of Saint Verlaine stood like bones, crumbling stone walls, a collapsed bell tower, and an altar blackened by fire. The air was unnaturally still. No birds, no wind. Just silence. Luke stepped inside. The floor was cracked, the pews rotted. Behind the altar, he found a trapdoor sealed with rusted iron, and a symbol carved into the wood, a serpent eating its own tail. He hesitated, then he opened it. Turn on notifications for part 2.